Good morning, Dearborn Heights residents. We're standing here in front of the Richard A. Young Center. We have the Wayne County. We also have city, and we have also contractors here this morning trying to help out with clearing the debris from the Ecorse Creek. Our objective today is to remove any debris. We're right behind Richard A. Young, O.W. Best, and the city is concentrating on actually going up and down the Ecorse Creek. From Inkster down to Southfield area. They're going to go over passes and try to clear as much limbs as possible. And we have a great partnership with Wayne County. We have Wayne County Executive, Mr. Warren Evans here, and we also have Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib. So this is not just, city. It's going to be a great partnership with the county and also the federal side. Each one is going to be discussing, some of the initiatives that they're working on for the Ecorse Creek. But for the last, several months, we've had several meetings, both, on a federal level and also on Wayne County level, on mostly like weekly meetings, discussing, what we need to do with the Ecorse Creek. And today it happened, with a lot of discussion that we had. Wayne County put a lot of resources today on the ground. We have a lot of volunteers from the county, the city, to help out to remove the debris from the Ecorse Creek. So this is the startup trying to assess today what we really need, in the future and what's required. So we have Mr. Warren Evans. Would you like to address the residents? Tell us exactly, who from your team here today and what they're doing.
Well, welcome and good morning, Dearborn Heights. The collaboration here, I think, is the key thing. I've got a lot of my team members, Khalil Rahal, and there are probably 30 other members of the team here, as they are in your shop. But I think the most important thing to me is the collaboration and the team effort. Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib, we talk regularly about when are we going to get more federal funding, what are we working on to try to do what we need to do about drains and overflows and flooding and those sorts of things. And she's always been tremendously responsive to me, and I just want to say that publicly because that's always there. Bill, you always are. And we wouldn't go about a project like this if we didn't have the teamwork. We're not going to come into Dearborn Heights and try to do a lot of work unless I've got the mayor and his support and his contractors and other people to help. So we're much better at that. And look, I don't tell anybody how old I am, but I've been around the county long enough to know this is much newer behavior than it has been in the past, and I'm just elated at it. I mean, Wayne County has 43 communities, and we try to be the assist agent for 43 communities, not the dominant force. Every community is unique, and it does what it needs to do, and we always have the support, both locally and the support from Congress because of Debbie Dingell and because of Rashida Tlaib that really push hard for it. And so it's much easier to do my job when I'm working with folks like you to do your job. And so, we know that, you hear people all the time talking about $1 trillion, billions of dollars to get, the infrastructure work that needs to be done. Well, citizens can't sit around and wait while we talk about $1 trillion deals. This is the kind of project where you go out and do something today. Let's get wood out of the creeks. Let's get wood out of the watersheds. Let's clean out catch basins. Let's do things so at least with the infrastructure we have, people are getting what they paid for. And that's what I think is so critical. Congresswoman, please.
Oh, yeah. No, thank you so much, Wayne County Executive Evans and, of course, Mayor Bazzi. I think what's really important is for a lot of residents to know this is just one component of what needs to be done to address some of the negative impacts of Ecorse Creek. And, of course, Ecorse Creek doesn't just impact Dearborn Heights. It impacts total nine communities throughout Wayne County. And, for us to be here to deal with some of this little part of a component is important. But we know the water levels are high. We have to address that. We know that there's some major drainage issues that we have to address. And so all of it's going to cost, obviously, money. But I think with our partnership, we're going to be able to move much, much more effectively in trying to deliver for the residents. I know Mayor Bazzi and I, when we last had the town hall with the residents, they were saying it needs to be cleaned. We're here doing that now. They said we got to do something about the flooding. It just won't stop. And so I just want at least for the residents to know, we hear you. And, my heart goes out to so many of you that continue to be impacted by the continued flooding and so forth. But we're going to be working on the ground, even if it means us personally removing the debris. But know that we're working closely together in daily communication about what needs to be done around maintenance, climate, around some of the major infrastructure challenges that we have currently with Ecorse Creek. Things have changed. This is not the same creek that many, had grew up with years and years ago. But again, I just want folks to know that we understand those impacts, and we want you to know that we're working extremely hard. Continue to reach out to our offices. Continue to let us know what's exactly happening. I think you all don't know how effective that is. Just know that we're your partners. We're trying our best to get this done. And I know I'm moving with a sense of urgency. I know many of us are, but it helps to have good partners as Mayor Bazzi, who responds to me right away, has the studies in place, the engineers in place that can answer the questions on the federal level, as well as our drain commissioner folks that work under Wayne County Executive Evans, who are consistent in getting us, again, the information that we need to go back to the Biden administration and say, look, these are some of the needs of addressing really climate resiliency and so much more that I think many of our residents want to see. Ecorse Creek, if we're able to tackle that challenge, people are going to be able to actually see it, what it means to actually tackle these infrastructure needs. So I'm really happy to be here. I'm excited about getting that shopping cart that everybody keeps talking about in the Ecorse Creek. We're going to find that shopping cart and we're going to get it out of the Ecorse Creek. So that's my commitment today. I'm going to go look for it right now. So I really do appreciate, again, all of your partnership and your hard work.
Thank you, Congresswoman. I know you're gonna find it because I offer the free lunch. Anybody that finds the shopping cart is gonna get a free lunch from me.
I want my residents to have peace of mind because the shopping cart's really bugging them. So we'll find a way.
Well, thank you, Congresswoman. I appreciate all the help. I know the flooding we had in June and also July. You were on the ground. We talked to a lot of residents. We went door to door. We visited hundreds of residents, and I can see how much the passion that you had. And also your commitment trying to help us get as much funding as we can, to clean up the creek, and something in the future also try to widen it or do whatever we can do to help the residents. And thank you, Mr. Evans. I appreciate you coming here, and I appreciate the partnership and also the open door policy for us to come in and talk to you anytime we need anything, that you have an open door policy for us as well. And I want to thank you and your team. Your team has always been there for us. Whatever we need, anything, they were there to help us out. So thank you, and I appreciate the amount of volunteers, from the Wayne County coming today, and the equipment that you brought, to help us with. I appreciate that. Thank you, and thank you for the Dearborn Heights residents. We'll try to update you on today. We got to concentrate on doing as much as we can, but anything in the future, we'll make sure we update you. Thank you very much for watching us today, and have a great day.